What if the person you trusted most was planning your murder all along? Tonight, we're diving into one of the most chilling transatlantic crime stories, the case that begins in the suburbs of Manchester, UK, and ends in the quiet streets of Boston, USA. This is the story of Emily Carter, a young woman whose search for love turned into a nightmare of betrayal, greed, and cold-blooded murder. Emily Carter was 26, a bright university graduate from Manchester. She had dreams of traveling, working abroad, and building a life bigger than her hometown. On a dating site, she met David Miller, a charming American businessman who claimed to split his time between London and Boston. He was confident, wealthy, and said all the right things. Within months, Emily was swept off her feet. Her friends warned her it was moving too fast, but Emily didn't care. She felt chosen, loved, and special. By 2009, David convinced her to move with him to Boston. Emily saw it as the start of her dream life. But what awaited her was nothing like the fairy tale she imagined. At first, things seemed perfect. A townhouse in the suburbs, expensive dinners, gifts. But Emily soon noticed cracks. David was secretive. He locked his phone, disappeared late at night, and grew furious when Emily asked questions. Worse, Emily discovered that the luxury wasn't real. David was drowning in debt, gambling, unpaid loans, and shady business deals. When Emily confronted him, David turned cold. "You're mine now. There's no going back." Friends in the UK stopped hearing from her regularly. Phone calls were cut short. Emails sounded nervous, coded. One chilling line stood out. "If something happens to me, don't believe it was an accident." On a freezing night in December 2010, Emily vanished. David told neighbors she had flown back to England for family reasons, but no one in Manchester had seen her. 2 weeks later, a hunter in rural Massachusetts stumbled across something buried shallow in the snow, a suitcase. Inside was Emily's body. She had been strangled, wrapped in duct tape, and stuffed away like luggage. The investigation revealed everything. David had taken out a $500,000 life insurance policy on Emily just months before her death. His gambling debts were crushing him, and her murder was his way out. Police in both the UK and USA worked together. Emails, bank records, and witness testimony painted a clear picture. David Miller had lured Emily across the ocean, isolated her, and killed her for money. In 2012, he stood trial in Boston. The jury took less than 4 hours to find him guilty of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to life without parole. Emily Carter's story is a haunting reminder of how trust can be twisted into a weapon. She crossed an ocean for love, only to find betrayal waiting for her. And while justice was served, the question lingers. How many other Emilys are out there, ignored, silenced, and forgotten?